What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I really enjoyed when I worked as a financial analyst. So if you've seen some of my videos, you probably know that I used to work as a financial analyst for about 2 years, and I switched over to consulting a few months ago. But when I worked as a financial analyst, I had some things that I really enjoyed. The first thing being the entry level money that I was getting paid, right? So I went into this job right after college, and one of the most important things when you're transitioning from college to real life is going to be the money, right? You need to afford a place to stay, a car, insurance. All these things cost money, right? And how much you get paid is going to affect that. So getting paid, being a financial analyst allows you to get paid at least the average salary, right? It's going to be more than the average. So if you live in Texas, you're looking at around from 50K to 70K, right? So there's a big difference between those two numbers, but it's because sometimes it depends on the size of the company that you go to work for. Let's say you go work for a small company. Maybe you might get paid 47K starting off, or you might go work for a big company, maybe a big four firm as a financial analyst. You might start off at 70K. Those are two big differences, but it is still a lot of money for someone who just graduated from college. You get access to benefits and things like that, okay? The most important thing to me when I switched over from college to real life, it was how much I was gonna get paid, and is it enough to afford me, the lifestyle that I wanted to live. And also, how much you get paid is gonna be different depending on where you live. If you live in Texas, you're gonna get paid less than someone who lives in New York, right? Simply because of the cost of living. It costs less to live in Texas than it costs to live in New York, right? So if you take two people that have the same job, same title, this person might be getting paid more simply because things are more expensive here, right? And things are more cheaper here. So it kind of like balances out. Now, the next one is going to be promotions and raises. Now, if you start off as a financial analyst, you are going to be an entry level financial analyst. And for that year, or maybe a year and a half or so, your job is to just learn, right? Ask a lot of questions, learn, right? And your work gets reviewed every time. It's just a moment to really learn, right? And once you have learned, right, not everything, once you're able to do your own thing, once you're able to fully understand the processes and things like that, right? You become maybe a junior or a financial analyst too, right? It depends on how the company labels the positions, but you get promoted to the next level. The next level is someone who's able to work on their own, someone who doesn't really need the training wheels, and that comes with a raise, right? And let's say after that, you might go to a supervisor position, right? Or maybe a senior financial analyst, and now you're looking over the entry level people's work. It kind of like, there is going to be a progression that you are going to always going to be promoted to the next level. You're never going to see someone who stays as as an entry level financial analyst for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's impossible unless you're trying to get yourself to not get promoted. It is impossible to stay at entry level financial analyst. You are going to move up to the next level, right? And the higher you move up, you might end up in management, right? Where you aren't doing the technical work, but you are actually supervising people and doing management things, which is where I ended up. I ended up being a supervisor to other analysts that were below me. So there's definitely going to be room for growth because you never want to get stuck doing the technical work for years, right? You don't want to do that. You want to go up to the next level, next level, next level. And the higher you go, the more you get paid, right? All right. So the next one is going to be the ability to work for any company in any industry. So you can go to the food industry. You are going to find a company that has a need for financial analysts. You can go to the hospitality industry. You can go to financial services. You can go to anywhere there's going to be a need for financial analysts. So you're not going to be tied to the financial services industry. You're not going to be tied to it. If you like something else, you can go to that company. They are going to have a place for you as a financial analyst. Now, the requirements might be different. That's a different story, but there is always a need for financial analysts. Now, the next one is going to be being able to learn strong analytical skills. Now, this is one of the core requirements or things you have to know when it comes to financial analysis. One thing you are going to learn is going to be how to analyze data or numbers. That is going to be your most important skill that you learn. Everything that you do as a financial analyst is going to be being able to analyze numbers, make them make sense, right? That's what it's going to be. And sometimes you might learn how to explain those numbers to other people, which is a skill that comes with being analytical. So you have to make things make sense. Okay, that is going to be your biggest skill that you learn. You might not have it when you go into a job as a financial analyst, but that is the one thing that you are going to learn. So this is where I'll say that you get paid to solve problems, and the more problems you solve, the more money you're gonna make. And in this instance, it is gonna be being able to analyze information and make it make sense. So analysis is one of the most important skills that you can have in any job, really, in business or anywhere, because you need to be able to analyze information to make good decisions, right? If you want to make data-driven decisions in business, you have to be able to look at the information, analyze it, and then be able to make the decision. Now, the last one is going to be being able to personally manage your own money, right? When it comes to investments, you are going to be able to understand a lot of things. When it comes to loans, you are going to be able to understand a lot of things that the average person may not fully understand. So this is going to personally help you if you are a financial analyst for Fidelity. Maybe you do portfolio management, right? You are going to be able to understand investments. And if you are a financial analyst for maybe a real estate company, you are going to be able to understand real estate, right, as a financial analyst. If you are a financial analyst for these different things, you are going to be able to understand the financial side of, those companies that you work for, which is really important when it comes to being successful in life. You need to have financial education. You need to be able to understand investments, loans. You need to be able to understand how money works. All right, so those were the 5 different things that I really enjoyed when I worked as a financial analyst. Let me know if you guys have anything else to add to this. If you work as a financial analyst, if there's something that you enjoy that I did not mention, let me know in the comment section below. And also, I just created a Patreon for you guys. If you want to subscribe to it, that is where you are going to be able to ask me questions that I might not be able to, put in public videos, right? So if you subscribe to the Patreon, you'd have access to that information, and you can ask me questions anytime. I'm not always able to see DMs or comments on YouTube. All right, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.